Typically, we engage in significant lexicology and symbology in our examination of both history and science and all of the related issues. What might be more helpful sometimes, however, is to simply focus on looking at a discrete word. And there are so many words that are being tossed around now that there are many words that we could deconstruct, and we are going to do that today. Now, Webster's dictionary word of the day is exasperate. We are, however, going to look at our own word of the day. The word that we are going to be focusing on today is omi or ami. Now, what served as the catalyst for looking at this particular word was a depiction in an article, and the depiction is the person that you see on the screen. Now, when you look on the screen, you see that there are multiple articles with respect to this particular picture. And so you see UK scientists urge more restrictions to fight Omicron surge, and you see this repeated. And here you see the same headline with respect to this picture in the London Tube. This, however, is the original headline with the original picture going with this story. The headline here, however, states UK scientists urge more restrictions to fight Omi surge. And clearly, Omi, although it is a part of the word Omicron, it is not the same as Omicron, so it is standing on its own in this particular headline. So for this lexicology analysis, we are just going to look at this more closely. And so here you see the headline without all of the pictures there. And again, it just says UK scientists urge more restrictions to fight Omi surge. And we're just going to focus in on this a little bit more. So we just have restrictions to fight Omi surge. And so the crux of this story is about restrictions to fight Omi surge. We are going to reduce this more so that we get to the basic operative words. And again, we have here the focus is on the surge of the Omi. And so again, here you have this focus on Omi and surge. And so the dynamic is about fighting the surge of the Omi, the growth of the Omi, the uptick of the Omi, the increase of the Omi. The question, however, is what is the Omi? And so before we go into that, let's just take a quick look at the depiction that goes along with this headline. So you see this woman with a mask on walking in what appears to be London. In beginning the lexicology examination of this word Omi, this individual came up. And so his name is Omi, and he is a Jamaican singer. Now, of course, this could have been talking about an Omi surge with respect to this Jamaican singer. However, looking a little bit more deeply, we see that Omi means quite a bit more than a reference to a Jamaican singer. And so when you start to look at this, you see that Omi has alternative forms, and one is homie. Not only do you have that, but in the Italian, it is related to the U-O-M-O, which means man. You also see a variation of it, meaning man or bloke. And here we have another variation. This is coming out of the Portuguese. Again, Omi. This time it means man, and then in parentheses, adult male specifically. And here in Lexico, we see some additional linguistic speculations. And for this, it's indicated that it's probably a contraction of Omi, meaning O, or great, plus me, meaning revered being or God. This is also frequently apprehended as from O and my or me, meaning body or person. Now, Etymology Geek takes this a step further. And what you have here is Omi coming from the Proto-Indo-European, meaning earthling. And then you look at the deconstruction and you get down to Omi at the bottom, and you see some other things in the middle, including hemo. And then there is additional information here from Etymology Geek, and you see it's earthling, man, and mankind. So now let's look at the implication of this application of Omi. And so what you have this article stating, even if they indicate that it was a cute nickname that they came up with for Omicron, all we have is Omi. And so what you have in this article in certain languages is this idea of fight man surge. You have fight mankind surge. You have fight earthling surge. You have fight homie surge. Specifically fight adult male surge. Then you have fight great surge. And next you have fight revered being surge. And then finally you have fight God surge. Now, this is all very interesting when you look at some of the other headlines that are coming out. And so in this one, you see U.S. population growth slowest in history due to the current situation. And so apparently the current situation has served to fight the Omi surge. And as we wrap this up, we are just going to come back to the original depiction and the original headline. UK scientists urge more restrictions to fight Omi surge. Another thing to keep in mind with this woman who is situated on the right-hand side of the picture is that Omi is also a word that translates into mother. Remember, knowledge is power. Take care. See you soon.